How was your first week?
Went well. Good freshman class. So it's always nice to see. So, hello everyone. We're missing a few students today, so I'm filming today. And we're kind of moving into a new chapter, and obviously you can see what we're going to begin with. And, you know, there's different ways you can describe this time period. World in flames. Actually, we're kind of moving into the clouds of war. The flames are going to come near the end of this. But what we see with the Great Depression, guys, which spreads worldwide, is that people are going to look to more radical ideas and leaders to try and bring them out of despair. And historians refer to this time period as a democratic malaise, where democracy and capitalism have seemed to fail. And so, obviously, we know that Marxism has already spread into Russia in 1917, correct? Okay? And that is an economic system, communism, to try and alleviate that despair, that hunger. People are starving. People are poor. People are unemployed. Okay? And so I'm going to talk about the rise of these dictators today and tomorrow, with quite a bit of a focus on Adolf Hitler. I think it's important that we kind of do a little bit of an in-depth study of the man and his beliefs, his philosophy, and where that comes from, where that derives, so that in the future we don't see ourselves repeating this. Okay, because as you guys know, history does repeat itself. And all it takes is another Great Depression and lack of faith in our system of government, okay, to see rapid change in society. And this is one of the things when we talked about Franklin Roosevelt, his policies are taking place at the same time that Adolf Hitler's in power. They both come to power in 1933. And they both have two different systems that they're going to use to try and bring their countries out of desperation. Hitler will have his country out of the Depression by 1936. Okay? But it's a different path that they choose than we do. And it's a militaristic path. Okay? So today I want to kind of get into the background of Adolf Hitler and talk about where he develops his ideology, okay? So I have up here the most destructive dictator of modern times. Well, there's some caveat there. When you talk about sheer destruction of other nations and people, we know of the Holocaust and 6 million Jews. But in addition to that, there's the invasion of Russia, okay, where 20 million people are going to die. Between 20 and 25 million people are going to die in Russia during World War II. Okay, we're going to lose about 400,000. Russia's going to lose between 20 and 25 million. Okay, and Hitler plays a role in that, as well as their own leader, Stalin. Okay, so is he the most destructive? Well, there are reapers greater than Hitler that lived during the 20th century. Stalin himself is responsible for more deaths than Hitler. Mao Zedong of China in the 20th century, the number of dead with Mao in China, we don't know because they're still controlled by a communist government. But estimates go as high as 70 million people in China. Under the Great Leap Forward, okay, which is 1949 when communism takes over China in 1949.